All that remains, all that you see, is embers and ashes. Today, ancient beauty.
The goddess is accustomed to waiting. She walks with bare feet that barely brush the stone floor, the echo of her step rising like a prayer without a flock. It is accompanied by a musical cadence, a soft, low litany that resonates through the palace's narrow corridors, as though the entire edifice were breathing with her. Each of her steps is a plea to a time that never quite passes, and to a space forever shifting. She no longer remembers when she arrived, if she ever arrived at all, nor does she recall ever leaving. The corridors of the palace that imprisons her are towering, impossible, as narrow as a dying man's throat. Its walls, carpeted with eyes, follow her. Some are human, others are too large or too small, or possessed of shapes seen only by those who crossed the threshold and returned undone. All are fixed upon her, all open, all waiting. The goddess does not speak to them, not anymore. Centuries have passed since she learned to keep her silence before the eyes. Sometimes she turns a corner that ought not to be there. Sometimes a door appears where only a wall stood yesterday. Nothing is fixed within the palace. It shifts its form as if dreaming, and its dreams fold in upon themselves with the sickly logic of the divine. The goddess does not complain. She waits, she walks, she observes while being observed. The earring in her left ear chimes with every movement. They are human eyes, small and brown. They gleam with a quiet intensity, as though they still knew what they once beheld. They are the eyes of the last devotee who worshipped her with that perfect blend of terror and desire that once sustained her. The last who knew that beauty can be an abyss, and yet chose to peer in nonetheless. In her right ear, there is a void. She has spent so long searching for the other earring that she no longer knows if she is truly searching at all. In the beginning, she was. She scoured the chambers one by one, but the palace disoriented her, and every room she saw vanished the moment she departed. The missing earring, she remembers, is fashioned from the eyes of her first devotee. She never forgets those eyes, blue, sweet and surrendered, with a faith devoid of cracks or fear. She knelt before her without asking for anything in return. She offered her eyes as one offers a promise. The goddess took them, as she had done so many times before, never knowing it would be the last. At the heart of the palace lie chambers where no one enters, vast domes supported by columns far too slender, spaces where gravity curves inward, as if the world were about to fold in on itself. Sometimes she enters there. Sometimes she thinks she remembers. Sometimes she thinks she dreams. There are rooms she has already visited 1,000 times. Others remain yet to be seen. In one of them, there is an ancient fresco showing a faceless goddess receiving a pitcher filled with eyes. The pitcher is broken. The goddess holds it with both hands. The eyes fall and the painting halts just before they strike the ground. At times, she contemplates it for centuries, often thinking it is a portrait. Today, she enters a chamber that strikes her as new. The eyes receive her in silence. They seem larger here, more ancient. Some blink, though no one has touched them in millennia. The walls tremble slightly, as though the room held something straining not to break it. There is something on the floor. The goddess approaches without hastening her pace. She inclines her head, examines it, and stoops slowly. It is an earring, one she knows, one she has not seen for an age. The blue eyes blink when her fingers brush them. They look at her as though they had never stopped. The goddess holds the earring before her. She does not smile. She does not weep. With measured movements, she places it in her right ear. The palace falls still. Not a murmur, not a tremor. The echo breaks and the silence is absolute, as though the very architecture were holding its breath. She raises her gaze, not toward the walls, but beyond, toward a point she cannot see. Then she hears it. A distant, high-pitched voice. A voice she has not heard in eras. A child utters her name, the true name, the one men forgot when they forgot how to pray to her. She pronounces it clumsily, as if she had discovered it in a dream. The goddess remembers that this is the beginning. She remembers the girl, and she remembers that time for the gods is a perfect circle. That there is no past or future, only an eternal present that repeats like a sacred echo. The girl calls her again. The goddess closes her eyes and begins to walk toward the palace exit.
The fire is out. Remember, only embers and ashes remain.